Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's Singh Trader here from Dubai. Let me do a recap of ES futures. This is my first video that I'm going to post on YouTube. I would appreciate if you can give me some sort of feedback so that I can improvise from the next week or next day onward. I'll try to post videos on frequent basis to so that it could be useful for the few for the larger audience. I trade ES futures, sometimes NQ. I used to trade crude oil in the past. In 2020, played really well. I think that's something that I need to start looking back now. And Gold is something that I have traded in the past, but not in recent days. So let me do a quick recap of ES futures, where the market was last week, and what is happening, and what are the trade potential opportunities for the next week. Yep. So here we go. So I start my day with the top-down approach. I always look at a monthly time frame, then weekly time frame, and then daily time frame. I'm not gonna go into daily, weekly because sorry, monthly, weekly, because monthly is, from last 11 months we could see that it's one time framing higher without breaking any previous month low. That seems to be very bullish sign for 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 market to grind higher. And on the weekly time frame, market is gradually crawling to the higher side from last two weeks. So let's look at on daily time frame. So do some trend line to look at a broader time frame. I'm gonna go into daily, and then I'm gonna walk you through my market profile to go into a little bit detail, just to give you a little bit more detail insight in the market. So as we could see, the market has been one time framing higher on daily time frame basis from last 4 or 5 days without breaking previous low. So one time framing means not breaking the previous low. So continue to grind higher on daily time frame without breaking any previous day low. So after some sort of trend line, so as we could see, the market is very close to the hitting the trend line. Um, um, so there could be a potential breakout of this trend line, or maybe the breakout might happen and the breakout might be faded out. We don't know. So whatever it does, we're gonna see in detail through market profile. But something that I always look at a broader time frame, it gives me a little bit better idea what is happening at a broader scale. So I'm looking for a potential resistance coming at 4477 4488 zone. If market really hit that level, there could be a pullback maybe to this particular trend line. And let's see if market try to pull back from here and goes back to 440 level on this particular trend line. So there could be a trade opportunities for us to take long somewhere in the 440, and market might pull up from here to the higher side. So I have drew a lot of levels. So these are the levels that I keep a track on daily time frame basis. Every day I plot these levels. These levels are very handy for me to understand the historical uh, patterns, what market has did on those particular levels, price levels. Let me walk you through my market profile level right now. So that's my order flow suite. That's what I use on intraday basis. That's market profile. This is footprint, where I see inside what is happening inside the candle. A lot of people see the candles, right? I also see the candles, but just to look at the patterns on a larger time frame. But on an intraday time scale, I try to look inside the candle how buyers and sellers are interacting with each other. That gives me much better idea of things happening behind the scene. And then I've got this price ladder which tells me in microsecond how the buyers and sellers are actually interacting at each price level. It's very similar to footprint, but footprint organizes the data. And I don't know, if market participants are trying to throw large market orders, or is it like pool of different orders. or it is like somebody just poured big large orders. So that helps me to see through the price letter. It also shows me the the dominance, who is dominating right now. I mean, market is not live, so I can't really see, but definitely something that I would try to show you in the future. So let us look at a market profile. I'm just gonna walking through what happened, right before this gradual move. Um, so what happened here? Market has been in a balance of 10 days balance. So always in a balance rule, market always try to so go from one balance to the another balance. So if that balance was not taken out, then market travels to the other end of the balance, another end of the balance, balance. So market has been, as you could see, that market has been just keep walking from one balance to the another balance, and then lately the balance breakout happened. This breakout happened with a very declining volume and very uh, a slow sort of breakout. It's not a very healthy breakout. Normally, what happens when market comes out of balance, it actually explodes. And when market has been in balance for last 10 days, that seems to be a explosive breakout. But this breakout is not very explosive. It's like gradually crawling to the higher side. So do not really give me any conviction at this particular point of time, for a serious move, unless market does little bit of pullback, find some support, get a new buyer on board, and then maybe there could be further opportunities for market to go to the higher levels. So what could be the potential trade opportunities for the next week? Before I go for a potential opportunities, I let me just walk in through what happened after the breakout. As we could see that market has been trading uh, right before the CPI numbers. So this is where market was trying to be in 3 days balance, and then here we could see the market in the overnight session. Market was sort of trading below the point of control of the previous day, and then as soon as the CPI number triggers, and then market actually made a long spike to the upside. So the spike guidelines were applicable here. Spike guideline tell us if market opens right above the spike, that means it's very bullish. Opening within the spike is bullish. If market opens below the spike base, that means it's a bearish sign. So market, this was the overnight profile. Market opened somewhere here within the spike, retested the spike base, and because market opened within the spike, did not rejected the spike base, found a support at the spike base, means higher prices are acceptable. Here market made a sort of P shape. That means some shorts are piling up here, and in the overnight session we could see that the value was trying to form right above the previous day higher. And the following day, so this was the overnight session. The following day, let me expand this profile. The following day, mm, market opened right at the point of control of the overnight session, retested again the base of the spike. Once the base of the spike was retested, then market started making one-time framing higher on daily time frame basis. As we could see that the point of control was here in the first 2 hours, and gradually as the market started uh, crawling to the higher side, here a lot of markets started spending a lot of time here, and the volume started trading here, higher here. So what happens if I look at this particular profile shape? It was sort of forming a P shape where shorts were piling up, and then often if market breaks the top of this, it always leads to the firecracker effect to the upside. That's what happens whenever P shape breaks. As we could see, the P shape breaks here, the firecracker effect to the upside. There has been some interesting P shape in the past um, that I could show you. So as we could see here, the P shape was here, bearish, but here it could not. Actually, the market went down. Um, uh, if you see here, this was the P shape formed, and then you see the P-shape was formed at 4328, and then the short covering rally exploded to a big balance zone, and then the balance breakout. And on Friday, market has been trading right above the spike base. Market is trading right above the spike base, found a support on the overnight point of control, and then traded in a very small range. Most of the global market were all trading all-time high on Friday, so I think it was very predictable that the ES will not pull down because all the global markets closed at the all-time high, and this is what ES actually had did. Found a support at the overnight point of control, and then closed by making a poor high. Poor high means buyer's exhaustion. Market might need some new fresh buyers to actually, if market has to go further higher, it has to get some new buyers on board. So poor high often leads to a firecracker effect to the upside. That means the shorts has been, piling there, accumulating their positions. So if market pulls back, let's say 446, 440 level that I have indicated, that also coincides with the trend line. So this could be one of the potential trade opportunities to go long, and probably if market breaks this low, there could be uh, option of going short that we might look for, you know, but ensure that the right stop losses are put in place because market often comes back and gives a hard time to shorts. So we will have to ensure that once the breakdown happens, um, you are always looking at a stop loss risk management sort of things, and then seek for a short term support here. If that do not hold, then market might if so I'm going to see how market reacts to 446 440 level. This is the area that I would look for. If I'm short, I would look to cover my short here if market try to find a support and maybe build a long position. And if this level breaks next week 4430.25, you do not want to remain long because it's a weak area, weak location, because market has retested already two times, means market has already used this area two times to go long. So a lot of stops are placed right below this level, so market might try to attack the short long liquidity, and then look for this area 4420, and I'm assuming a lot of stops are placed right below this level as well. So this could be another trade opportunity, trade location opportunities to go to seek for long. If not this, then we have 440 next level, and this is a very strong magnet that should actually try to seek for support because psychological number, and I'm sure a lot of participants will try to build long position. And this is also in coinciding with one of the point of control, and it's a very wide point of control of regular trading hour session and overnight. So it's a very strong point of control. It could find a very good support here. So if you're short, then you have to ensure that you do not try to remain short here in this particular location. And if market breaks this level, then the next level could be 4383. Of course, if you're short, you have to continue to monitor your trade, and any change in the market structure, any change in one time framing, you will have to build your, you have to make sure that you switch your trade from short to long. You always keep in mind, market do not like to have the poor high on the top. So often market comes back to take out this poor high. Um, uh, and I would expect this to be taken out, and then the short covering rally would happen to the upside. Uh, I have no idea to the upside. From my long term forecast tells me, based on the weekly major move, ES could end up with going to 4726. When that happened, I have no idea. That was the forecast that I have projected for the year end. But I'm not sure whether market can reach out to that level before the year end. Um, let's see, let's see. Uh, so I would appreciate if you can like this video. I'm gonna make a lot of more videos in the future. I'm gonna share my insight. Probably will look into NQ and other instrument as well, as and when time permits. This is my first video. I hope you enjoy, and I would seek for your feedback. You know, how was the video? You want to have some other look, other things that I'm missing from here. I would appreciate if you can give me feedback so that I can, take that as an input for the next video to improvise on this. And wish you all the best for the next week. Trade safe and have a nice weekend. Thank you, guys. Cheers.